Oh my goodness gracious. IGN's top 100 the best Nintendo games of all time. I've been told to look this up because I am a Nintendo enthusiast. I know that Nintendo it's on hot waters because of a lot of things happening with Pokemon and all those kind of games, but look, I still like the past. The past will never change. So what do they have to say about the top 100 games of Nintendo? I feel like IGN has always had like it's like Kotaku, like for some time, like the past decade, they've just been focusing on a lot of clickbait. Am I about to get debated? Is this rage bait? Well, I can't judge it. I need to wait and see. But this ratio though.
What's the best Nintendo game ever? A huge question that we at IGN, in collaboration with our friends at Nintendo Life, have decided to try to answer. From Mario and Zelda to Metroid and Pokemon, there are a lot of huge contenders for that prize. So many, in fact, that we've decided to rank our 100 favorite Nintendo games to give them all a little moment in the limelight. So without further ado, let's get on with it and kick things off as we reveal the top 100 Nintendo games of all time.
The 100. You can't miss. I mean, there's got to be at least some good ones in here.
It's time to tinker with sane cybernetics.
time to tinker. You mean think? But as I was saying, they're going to pinpoint 100. Nintendo has so many games, but how can they screw this up? How are people unhappy about this? I feel like you can't miss. Is it in order? It's like from top to best? Is it the opinions they have? I'm kind of curious now. Tinker. Oh, the tinkering. How you doing, Doctor? Wait. So, okay, so they're just pointing to them out. There was an Eternal Dark, and then now there's... Oh, okay.
Heinz brains is thicker than Sane's thighs. They won't have good takes.
The brain is thicker than Saint's thighs. They won't have good takes. We'll see about that. Star Fox is at the very bottom, though. I get it. This Star Fox game was not the... I love it, but going back to it, it's not the peak of naming. It's kind of clunky, and there's a lot of frame stuff, but it's still an iconic game. Hi, Natsuki. How you doing? It's all right, Doctor. Let's see. How is this YouTube video gonna go? Let's see. Castlevania, okay. Okay, Castlevania, that's not a bad game. The 9 game, I heard this was pretty good. $95. Fire Emblem Three Houses at the very bottom.
Fire Emblem game that got everything so right, it's been hard to readjust in its aftermath. You see, Three Houses gives us the turn-based strategy we're all looking for, yes, and it does so with style to spare. However, the real draw here, and the thing that makes this one so worthy of note overall, is the focus and effort that's been placed on the socializing, customization, relationships, and all the good stuff that happens between screens.
I like Awakening better.
It's a game you could quite happily live in for a bit.
Face was okay. Professor Layton, Neon one. Good series. I'm glad at least we got some recognition in the list. I mean, classic wrestling games are fun as heck. I like these. Kirby Planet Roboto, let's go. Kirby mentioned. Diddy Kong Racing. Pretty good game. The World Ends With You. Also another good game. I heard the port was in Too well done. You love this game? Ooh. Captain Toad Treasure
After
Tracker.
years of being relegated to supporting roles, our little mushroom-headed friend Toad finally got his own game in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
I wish I could have
Nintendo
played
over
this
the
game.
years has done a brilliant job of designing games fit and tuned perfectly to the personalities
90
of each
places
of its
are way
mascots,
too high.
and Captain Toad is no exception. The cute diorama-like levels proved to be magnificent puzzles for our intrepid explorer to navigate one by one, presenting a slower and cozier pace from other Nintendo challenges, yet still being perfectly, whimsically Nintendo.
It doesn't look too
It's a shame
bad.
we never got another one of these.
Golden Sun, The Lost Ages. Alright, it got mentioned. Good game, good game. Ooh, I feel nostalgic. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Nice shot. Monkey Ball 2. Fun games as well. When does the list start getting spicy? Why are people like cursing it? Yo, Beautiful Joe, let's go. Is it because games didn't include it? Like so far, I haven't seen a single like bad game in quotations. I know there was a comment about Captain Toad, but I thought the game was okay.
F-Zero is about cheating death to go faster, and F-Zero GX's uncompromising difficulty
Oh
and
my God, all the
incredibly
amiibos
high
in the
skill
back.
ceiling represent the peak of the futuristic racing genre. Like F-Zero X before it, GX forces you to sacrifice your machine's health bar to get a boost, resulting in tense risk-reward scenarios that get your blood pumping every time. And if you fall off the track while trying to shave off an extra split second, Lakitu won't swoop in to save you, you're dead. You must master GX's tight mechanics and memorize its radical track designs to even stand half a chance against its toughest CPUs. And you hit a high most video games can't reach when you finally cross the finish line in first
Wait until
place.
you see where Donkey
The
Kong Country
cold-blooded
2
challenge
is.
only works because GX runs perfectly at 60 FPS and looks fantastic with strong art direction that rivals the GameCube's best, like Metroid Prime and Rogue Leader. F-Zero GX is a masterpiece and probably the most hardcore Nintendo game since the NES.
Okay, that's fair. Rainfig is in this list. I'm actually kind of surprised. I want to stream this again. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the first game. Castlevania 3. Classic. Hey, thank you, Frenchie. Thank you so much. Mwah. Mother 3 mentioned. Let's go. I mean, are people worried about like the precision? The fact that 100 games are getting recognitions. I guess the top, I'm gonna say like about top 30 is gonna like, that's what I guess what's when you're gonna have to think, yo, Elite Beat Agents. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I think part of me got a little triggered that it's so low. Admittedly, I'm like, wait a minute. Whoa, pause the video. hold on. I know it's not a competition. It's not a competition. I want to say to myself, but why is this so low though? Whoa. I went back against my own word just there for a slip second. It's like, imagine if they put like Ocarina of Time like this low, because IGN think it's like, oh, it looks a little blocky. Like it doesn't look like Twilight Princess. And it's like, it's like, hold on. Okay, now I'm just gonna continue. If any of your favorite game shows up, I don't know what to do. What? I mean, if it shows up, if your favorite game shows up, shouldn't you be happy? It's a top 100. Also, thank you, Frenchie, once again for the sub. Thank you. Mwah. It's the anime man of video game looks. Ah, goddamn. That's a Shot fire. Mario Sunshine.
I cannot believe the others let me sneak Super Mario Sunshine onto this list. I was ready to concede it, despite it being my second favorite 3D Mario after Odyssey, but everyone kept insisting we keep it because of vibes. And yes, vibes are precisely the reason to love Super Mario Sunshine. Look, it hasn't aged
vibes.
well in some places. It's got some goofy movement, and some of the levels make you want to rip
Scale
your
issue?
hair out. Pachinko, Sandbird. But the goofiness of Mario being sent to a tropical island and being forced to clean up gunk in order to avoid going to jail is unmatched. And it makes for some pretty interesting level design, which Nintendo manages to concoct in Sunshine around a variety of conceits that all fit the tropical theme while each feeling distinct. I love the silly Piantas, shooting myself high into the air with FLUDD, skidding through Delfino Plaza on my stomach like I'm on a slip and slide, and collecting every last one of those pesky blue coins. They've never made another game quite like Super Mario Sunshine. I'm not sure they ever will. But
Yeah,
its
I'm not sure they
pure,
will.
ambitious
Modern standards are
has
so
earned it a spot among the
weird.
Nintendo
Everything's just
greats.
cushion. Secret of Mana mentioned, yo, let's go. Hey, respect. I'm honestly, I'm on it. I'm on this. I like this. Over Battle 64. I never got to play this. I know that it got praised by some of my friends. Wave Race. This game is vibes. Just like Mario Sunshine, this game is actually pretty good vibes. It's just a quick, fun experience of like a retro, like racing game. Sin and Punishment. I wasn't too into this game. I get the appeal. I played it on stream. Which is kind of funny because, you know, Kid Icarus Uprising has like some inspiration by that game. And I love Uprising. Uprising better be on this list though, or I will riot. Yeah, the positioning is all over the place. Xenoblade Chronicle X. Okay. Live Alive. Ooh. Also one of those games that I always wanted to play. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Adapting 1984's Punch-Out and Super Punch-Out arcade games to consoles, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out saw the boxer lend his likeness to a game that, if you're of a certain vintage, you can only have sweet memories of. Yes, it may not look all that to modern eyes, but it's still got it where it counts, with a simple, tight control scheme that puts bobbing, weaving, blocking, ducking,
Yeah,
and
simple
punching
minigame,
at your
honestly.
fingertips. Are
Gotta
you
love
ready
it.
to take on a roster that includes Glass Joe, Piston Hunter,
I love the
and
Wii
Mike
Punch-Out.
Tyson?
It's so good.
Whew, talk about terrifying final boss material.
Wario Land. Ooh. I played like the first 3 games. I didn't play 4. Superstar Saga. Yo, at least I got some recognition on this list. I guess they're picking also like the best of one of the games. Donkey Kong. They put this over Donkey Kong Country 2. I honestly understand the legacy. I guess they're going with whatever. Rukia from Bleach is so cool. She looks like you, Cybershell. Also, Dragon Quest mentioned. Nice. 11 of all games. Okay. Monster Hunter.
It's hard hard to imagine the fighting game world without Street Fighter, but it's a series that didn't truly make its mark until Street Fighter 2 Turbo arrived on the Super Nintendo in 1993.
I wish I could have gotten into Monster Hunter. So far, I have barely any issues with the list. Are we gonna get spicier later? I'm not.
It's only Ryu and Ken that featured as playable characters before.
Like, look. I am not digging to try and find something to be angry about. I'm legitimately okay with the list. I know I said something about like they put Donkey Kong Country 2 maybe a little low, but that was just like a fun reaction. The fact they put it at all, it's like enough recognition. I wonder if they were like measuring, or if it was just like, hey, it's just vague.
For decades. Along with Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2 Turbo created and then defined a new genre.
They didn't say anything about it. They're giving thoughts about some key games that are historical. Yo, Yoshi's Island, I love it. This game is so good. This game is not easy. Way too high. Yoshi top 5 easy. Yo, Black and White mentioned. Let's go. Best generation. I'm not even upset at the position. I totally get it. Normies did not like Pokemon Black and White. It didn't have Pikachu in it. Perfect Dark, okay. If they show this, they gotta show GoldenEye. Golden Guy is probably gonna be in like the top 30 because of how it changed like a lot of like games. Oh, Donkey Kong 94! I love this game. I love this game. Black and White is awesome. Hell yeah. Good taste. Normies are wrong. Alright, baby. Get that gatekeep harder. They should never have an opinion. How you doing? Hello, Bomi. Or should I say Android? Super Mario Paper Mario Jamboree.
Years of rolling dice, playing minigames, and betraying friends, the Mario Party formula reached new heights in 2024's Super Mario Party Jamboree. It has the greatest set of boards in the franchise, and whether you're buying game-changing items in a colorful shopping mall or planning around high tide at the pirate-themed lagoon,
I may put on a call out for this soon.
Strategize than ever before. Of course, Mario Party wouldn't be Mario Party without its crazy luck-based antics, but Jamboree strikes the best balance between skill and chance we've ever seen so far. It also has the biggest character roster in the series, a thrilling set of new and returning minigames that celebrate Nintendo history in surprising ways. You play WarioWare and Donkey Konga, and gorgeous presentation, making it an easy choice to crown Jamboree as Mario Party's defining superstar.
Bayonetta. Okay, I'm not. I wish I could be reacting like more criticizing more, but I'm like, hey, like I mentioned before, the list seems okay so far. Just acknowledging some games. Well, that top 20 though, that top 20, I'm waiting for the top 20 to show up and see how I feel about it. Metroid Dread, this game was so good.
Other M and Federation Force made fans wonder if the Metroid experience they fell in love with during the 8 and 16-bit days was gone forever. Spanish developer Mercury Steam pitched to Nintendo on a remake of Metroid Fusion. We got a competent Metroid 2 remake instead.
Splatoon is good. Splatoon is actually pretty good, even as a single player. Splatoon can be fun.
Released in 2021, Metroid Dread arrived as a triumphant return to classic 2D Metroid.
Fortnite is not a Nintendo game.
Downright scary and absolutely
don't worry,
gorgeous.
it won't show up in here. If it shows up, I will riot. If they do post some bullshit game that is not Nintendo in here, now that's so far it's been like, hey, it's a game that have shown up in Nintendo to a degree, to a large degree.
From the very beginning. It's not all about speed and dexterity. You overcome dread when you no longer fear dread.
WarioWare Mega Microgames. Cool. Hi, Alex. We're just looking at some Nintendo games. Advance War and not the remake. Good. Good, not the remake. I didn't like how it looked, to be honest. I love this fancy music. Ooh, we just mentioned 3. Trixie was just playing this just now. Luigi.
A sensation of almost unparalleled popularity.
Wii
There's arguably
Sports.
never been a
Ooh.
system
Yeah, I'm less
seller
sick
of the
now.
same
Thank you for your
scale as
concern.
Wii Sports since Tetris landed on the original Game Boy.
Wii Sports is such a
Packed in
simple
with
game,
every
so
console,
fun.
This collection of
I
bowling,
love it.
tennis, golf, baseball, and boxing
It's
kept
so
family
wacky.
members of all ages enthralled just as much as it boosted the TV repair business due to free flying Wii remotes. It's not complex, nor does it display a level of wild creativity that Nintendo is renowned for, but its beautiful simplicity delivered one thing above all: fun. And isn't that the most important factor?
Can I
of
hook up
all?
my Wii and play Wii Sports? I think I would love that. All versions of Awakening. Oh, they were very specific. Honestly, base take. Awakening, the remake is actually pretty good. I wish I had the DX content. It left some out. F-Zero. Classic Mario on 45. That's fair because Mario 3 is better. Like, this is like the beginning, but still, you know. Compared to like Mario World or Mario 3. Banjo-Kazooie, awesome take as well. I'm honestly not that fan of a 2E. 2E is like kind of mid. 2E is pretty good, but it's like, I don't know, I like it a little less than Kazooie. It's like way too much. Mario Wonder was actually pretty fun. I liked it. I dig the art style. It was something fresh and new compared to like all the new Super Mario World. I also had Daisy.
Nintendo had to do something extra special with Mario Kart World, because not only was it the first 100% new console entry in the flagship racing series in 11 years, it was also to be the poster child of Switch 2 and the day one purchase of most people buying the system. It's a testament to the devs then just how refined this series' tried and tested formula feels. There's a lot to love about Mario Kart World: the wonderfully frantic knockout mode, intense 24-driver races, the all-timer soundtrack, and while it might not have thrown out the rulebook to quite the extent that we were hoping for, you'll be hard pushing to get more smiles from a racer. The perfect introduction to a new console generation and some of the finest racing we've seen from Nintendo's prized plumber.
The first Zelda game, above Twilight Princess and the other games. I totally get it. Like, for historically wise, this game did a lot of really cool stuff. But the thing is, if we were to say which was better, like the others can probably be better than this. Melee. Oh, imagine if they put Brawl above Melee, or at all. For casuals, Brawl is amazing. Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Okay, so far I have not seen Kirby Superstar at all in this list. I'm kind of getting concerned. At least I talk about Kirby. I mean, what else can you mention top Nintendo games without mentioning Kirby? Mario RPG in 38. I think it's fair too. God, I want to play this game again. It's so fun. I just love the vibe, the sounds, the music. Everything combined is just perfect. Zero Mission. They mentioned Dread. They mentioned Zero Mission. Are they gonna mention Fusion? Ooh, Golden Eye this low?
It's hard to imagine a time when first-person shooters and consoles weren't a perfect match, but Before GoldenEye 007's N64 release in 1997, any FPS on your television and using a D-pad was largely unplayable. But then, developer Rare did the unthinkable. Not only did it manage to translate a popular PC genre onto a Nintendo 64 controller, but it created a licensed game that was a genuine Game of the Year contender. Seemingly an impossible feat, not only back in 1997, but still to this day. GoldenEye became a standard bearer for not only movie tie-in games, but first-person shooters.
I don't think they're measuring too much on
decades later. Many pretenders and even a direct
what's
remake
above and
have
what's
failed
below.
to capture that magical formula.
Not too much. It's like vaguely. Like someone made a list and they pick very safe picks. This game was fun. I like Mario World. Mario 3D World was fun. It's a whimsy. It's such a whimsy experience. Star Fox 64. Okay, we're starting to get into the 30 digits. Like top 30. What game has not been mentioned that concerns anyone in here? I wonder. Rare? Yeah, Rainy. Rare did have a really good, like, they had really good games back then. Donkey Kong Country Returns. They mentioned Mother 3 and now Earthbound. That's fair. I don't think they're mentioning the first Mother game. And honestly, because this is like, I'm not sure. I haven't played Mother 3 to compare either of them. Mega Man 2 specifically?
Mega Man didn't sell very well upon its launch, so it's kind of a miracle that Capcom even greenlit a sequel in the first place. It's a good job they did, however, since Mega Man 2 still stands as the greatest entry in the long-running series. Honed to perfection with buttery smooth responsiveness and superb power-ups, the levels and bosses remain some of the most memorable
I kind of like 3 more.
time. And once you've listened to the sublime soundtrack, you'll feel like you've ascended to a higher plane of
But
existence.
I get it. The iconic, the history.
Figuring out the most optimal route through the 8 robot masters remains one of the most satisfying accomplishments.
Spectros has not been mentioned.
Gaming.
I honestly, I don't think Spectro should be in the top 100. To be honest, I feel like I'm not saying that. No, don't put it at all in a list. It's a one hell of a good game, but it's like, there's all the ones I've been mentioned here have just been iconic historical games. Spectro is kind of niche. Paper Mario, 1,000-year-old. Good job, good. At least I recognize it. The first Xenoblade. They mentioned X and they mentioned the first game. So they're not gonna mention like 2 and 3. And that's okay. That's understandable. Like, they mentioned like, but on their wait, X. Oh, I guess whatever. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. And they mentioned Black and White, but they haven't not mentioned Gold, Silver, or Ruby, Sapphire. And there's only about 20 something left. I love Castlevania Area of Sorrow. It's pretty good. 29 points is too high. Remember, it's not a list of video games like. Well, Persona has been on the Switch.
Lively just rated
Persona has been a Nintendo console.
Warm welcome.
But I feel like they're concentrating more on like Nintendo main entries.
Majora's Mask got made is buck wild. The team behind Ocarina
Like,
of
think about
Time
Monster
was
Hunter.
challenged to create a new game using the same engine
Majora's
and
Mask
assets in
and
just
number.
1 year.
In the number that it is. Oh my goodness. Hello, Glyphy. Thank you for making the next video last of the night. Hi everyone, I'm a cyber VTuber who does VTuber reaction videos, VTuber interviews, and other variety of content in this channel. Thank you so much for making the next video last of the night. We are doing a YouTube video, a review about IGN's top 100 Nintendo games, and there are some spicy takes in the comment section of this video, so I was curious to know what is going on. So if you want to stick around and watch it with us, you're more than welcome to do so. But I hope you had a wonderful time on your stream. You almost missed the stream. Don't worry, Android. It's all good. And to your question, yes, I saw the VRN post. Thank you so much. And welcome in Amber and welcome in Glyfly. The nymph raid is here. Welcome everybody. Hope you stay hydrated and do some nice after stream care.
Almost made it, finishing in 15 months.
You made it to the end of peak the first time. Let's go! Congratulations!
Majora's Mask is one of the most interesting, fun, unique, and emotional Zelda games.
Have you played ever like any Zelda games, Life?
The strict character schedules, the smaller world scale, and the perfect freedom to shift events within that structure.
Thanks for the
lets
raid.
Majora's cast of characters shine in a way that no other Zelda game does. By the time you're done, you've learned the eccentricities, habits, desires, and fears of every single Clocktown resident.
This is top 100 Nintendo games.
Deeply attached to them.
I am assuming in no particular order.
The looming giant moon and overall dark, haunting atmosphere of Majora's adds to the emotional stakes, as the consequences for Link not stepping into their lives are too dire to think about
Thank you.
Rife with some of the weirdest and grimmest quests in the series, but also some of the most beautiful and moving. Majora's Mask remains a complete standout in the series, even 25 years after its release.
Number 20. Okay, we're good. Now we're finally. I'm locking in. I know I'm talking less, but I'm locking in. I mentioned that on the top 20s, this is where it's probably gonna get maybe a little bit spicy. Hopefully, it's just a fun conversation. I think the list is so far so good. Hot take. I want to explore the comment section to see why people are so against this particular video and why it got recommended that I watch it. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Yeah, hopefully. And also, aside from Glide, let's check out also this wonderful individual here in the chat. Thank you so much. And let's watch it. Most Zelda fan will say Ocarina of Time was the best. Probably. Yeah, I heard about that. It was top game for a long time.
Arguably, no Nintendo game feels as good to play as Donkey Kong Bonanza. DK's destructive, expressive moveset and the underground world's intentionally designed breakable layers are a perfect match. And whether you're punching through a wall of stone or surfing on a chunk of sand,
you are the best, Bolt. Thank you so much.
Foundationally fun and immensely satisfying. It's a remarkable achievement of synergy between a world and its main character, and it's endlessly enjoyable to experiment in this dynamic toy box and discover the ways each unique layer reacts to and crumbles before you. Bonanza builds around its incredible game feel by taking inspiration from the highlights of the Switch era's game design
DK's
philosophy.
booty
Breath of the
being
Wild
highlighted in some of his fits.
Tears of the
It's
Kingdom's
crazy.
bonkers mechanical ambition, Super Mario Odyssey's platforming creativity, and Splatoon's fresh personality, and it hands all of these newer ideas to its
good. I heard only positive things about it.
Resulting in a modern Nintendo masterpiece that's simultaneously nostalgic for all eras of Donkey Kong and a striking original direction for one of gaming's most historic characters. It also redefines the original Nintendo relationship. For the last 40 years, saying DK and Pauline evoked memories of the giant ape kidnapping Lady and dragging her up 75 meters. For the next 40, it'll bring back memories of DK and his best friend joyously singing and punching their way down to the planet core.
He said, okay, I'm about to get controversial here with that comment. Bonanza over DK Country 2 is a hot take. I'm trying to be devil's advocate and take that statement and see how I can analyze it in an objective and subjective way. I'm doing the thing that some of you don't like that I do, but I'm trying to think from the normie point of view when they do reviews about gaming and other stuff, and I'm also thinking from the point of my personal take. Donkey Kong Country 2 is a freaking fantastic gem. The music, the feel, the battles with some of the bosses, it's just fun. So it's one heck of a fun experience. And back in the day, it was almost revolutionary. The fact that a sequel did an amazing job, and especially also highlighting the fact that even with the plot, simple but effective. Your main character from the main game, Donkey Kong, not available to be played as a character, and you had to play with like the little guy, and now with a girl too. Pretty freaking cool. They were trying to be of their era. Rocking the guitar, rocking the beatbox music. It was great. Don't get me wrong, but there's a certain grainy to us for modern views that Donkey Kong Country 2 just doesn't bring up. That it's for some people's perspective, Donkey Kong Country 2, it just feels like, oh, it's a platformer with some really cool elements, and that's about it. And meanwhile, Donkey Kong Country Bonanza, I have not played it. I've seen plenty of it to at least give it my own fair criticism. It's got good music, good mechanics. It's fresh all across the board, just like the guy from IGN said. This is my objective view, not my subjective, by the way, because I feel like some of the designs, in my own personal opinion, are not my favorable. Some are just kind of like very out there for Donkey Kong. It goes way too far from what Donkey Kong kind of was, but that's the beauty of it for new people. It's kind of experimenting a little bit, but what also representing something Donkey Kong has also been familiar with. Because Donkey Kong becoming other kinds of like animals is kind of like insane, but not too far-fetched. Yeah, it doesn't look like a bad game. It looks like it has some fun mechanics. It feels like a Mario Odyssey, and Mario Odyssey was not a bad game. It is an excellent game. Donkey Kong Bonanza, if it has that feeling for some people, then yeah, some people are gonna prefer it over any other game. It's like if you tell someone, what game do you prefer, Mario 64 or Mario Odyssey? Are you gonna shoot the person who's gonna say they prefer Mario Odyssey over Mario 64? Because Mario 64, well, it is a really interesting, fun game. You have to admit, it's a learning curve because it was literally the first 3D, like one of the first 3D games in its own kind of way. And Mario Odyssey plays like smooth butter that will never age like milk. And Mario 64, in some people's eyes, have aged like milk. Like controlling that game is absolute ass for some people. I grew up with it. I was molded by it. I understand the game. I really, really do. There you go. That's my hot take about why some people will prefer a modern game more than an old game. But in this case, I really, like I mentioned the example of Mario Odyssey and Donkey Kong Bonanza versus Mario 64 and Donkey Kong Country 2. Donkey Kong Country 2, well, it's not exactly Mario 64. It's like, you know, new jump into a genre of 3D games. It still has that graininess, like I mentioned before. And that's like, and it sticks on its lane without going too far. While Donkey Kong Bonanza explores everything and is adjusted towards everyone's like kind of appeal. A shame about Donkey Kong's design. Yeah, I totally get it. They are like removing the Donkey Kong Rare design for a new, modern, more friendly design that it's not Rare related. And that also upsets some people up. I have a hot take that I like both kind of in a way. I feel like there's a place for both. But I honestly get it. I don't like Donkey Kong Erasure. That phrase, it stings my heart. But I kind of get it. I'm always the devil's advocate. Now I'm catching up with the chat. Hello, Desk Agent. Thank you for visiting. You sent me an audio clip you should listen to after the YouTube video is recorded. Your favorite Donkey Kong game is 64. That game is really, really long. It's really cool. And it's got a lot, but I feel like Donkey Kong 64, it's not a bad game. I loved it so much. I personally do. Objectively, I feel like it's maybe perhaps a little too much for some people. Perhaps just a little too much for some people. Donkey Kong 64, it's like Banjo-Tooie. It's the same reason why earlier on this list I had said that I prefer Kazooie more than Tooie. I feel like Tooie is like, it's a great game. It's an excellent game, but it was a little too much. It's like, oh my God, why is there like so much to just take care of in this game? It was a bit overbearing. It was a product of its time. It's a sequel with more elements, more explosive, more cool references to the previous lore. It should be objectively better than the first game, but I prefer Kazooie. Just more simple, more straightforward, more of the thing that I prefer at the time. But oh my gosh, thank you once again for another raid. We had Glide, and now we have Rune Bear Dad. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everybody. I'm a cyber VTuber who does VTuber reaction when I know we're recording a YouTube video. Thank you so much for making this video last up at the night. But yeah, I gave my hot take in there. I hope that it was understandable. Please don't crucify me. IGN section of the chat. I feel like my chat is about to get like the comment section of this YouTube video. Father Lorraine sent some support. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you all. I hope you enjoy your after stream landing place. I mixed the words in there, but yeah, let's continue watching this video. Top 20 is where it's gonna get really hot. Top 20. You love the discussion. I have so much to add to this. I will add. So when the video is done, I will probably add a little bit more to it. Because I love nerding out about this in a positive way, of course. And now, Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds was actually kind of a dope game. I love this game. I freaking did. Did they choose this over Link to the Past? Once again, the very normie take on it. Resident Evil 4. What a I feel like I'm not sure how I feel about Resident Evil there. Yo, okay. Good to see Final Fantasy here in this in here. At least this one. Awakening over 3 houses. What a brave and bold choice. Very anti-IGN though. And they actually put it high in top 20s. New Horizons.
The game felt quite as culturally relevant.
Nope. This is okay. If they don't put New Leaf, okay, the 3DS game over New Leaf. Okay, now I take everything back. I erased the entire video. Now we're cooking. This is where we get a little spicy. Are they really not gonna mention New Leaf at all?
On release,
New Horizons? Come on!
New Horizons in 2020, while everyone was hunkered down indoors, separated from.
See, okay, they're talking about the historical part. New Leaf sold so many games that then it kind of like introduced so many people to a 3DS at the time. A lot of normies went into it, but also you're fighting a game that exploded the 3DS to a new category of gamers. Like old people were playing New Leaf. Children and women were more like accepting of playing new games and feeling valid versus the game that was literally holding the 2020 COVID under its arm. This is the COVID game that basically, but it only exploded because of that. And we're talking about 2 games with 2 historical values.
And family,
measuring.
Released a game which was all about the outdoors.
I would still put New Leaf.
All about being
Horizons, together. I should have put it lower.
We all needed it, and we all welcomed it. New Horizons didn't reinvent the Animal Crossing wheel, but it sure as hell refined it. Nintendo
no, it did not refine it. It reduced from it. It reduced
to make the experience feel simultaneously new and familiar.
Okay. They added more custom stuff to it, but they removed the personality of Animal Crossing quite a lot. They did. Oh, New Leaf was 54. Okay, so New Leaf was still, you know,
an Animal Crossing game without terraforming and crafting just doesn't feel right now. And we have New Horizons.
No, I can see that. We don't need terraforming. We all
have stories of the countless hours we spent in that game.
It's a different appeal.
/summer. Our daily routines of fishing, chopping,
the characters in this game were devoid of personality.
Landing a dream villager, or our learned manipulations of the stock market. More than a few of us have hit the island reset button to capture that magic all over again, and the Happy Home Designer DLC only encouraged us to return for another 100 hours. Animal Crossing New Horizons might forever be remembered for the global context into which it was released. But
this game, okay, so here I read a comment by Android that said, if the game is not a challenge, I will not enjoy it. I'm sure that you meant that for a different game, but this is the same way that I feel about this game as well. Because liking Animal Crossing New Horizon, it's valid, but pricing it more than New Leaf feels like you're praising Mario Maker more than you can praise Mario 3. I'm making a statement here now. If you like Mario Maker more than Mario 3, I get it. You prefer the sandbox that can create anything. But Mario 3, it's a unique piece of, like, not only does it have like the historical value to it, you know, it's immersive. because you're going into a challenge gifted to you by by the original by the original talent, and that's how the entire game goes, Alan. And it has like there's a structure to it that can only be created by the origin of it. Does that make sense? And if that's how I feel about New Leaf. New Leaf, it's like a world you're diving into and you're exploring and you're fleshing it out. And in the case of New Horizons, it's a sandbox. It's a sandbox. The characters were completely devoid of like their personality.
Let's give them a warm welcome.
They wanted that Minecraft crowd so bad. They really did with Animal Crossing New Horizon. I feel like that's and nothing wrong with Minecraft. Minecraft is an excellent game, but too much sandbox. It's like has like a little bit of less personality. You have to kind of like create your own little journey. And oh my goodness, Jangly Marcus, thanks so much for the raid. Thank you so much for making it Net City your last up of the night. Let's continue with the YouTube video.
5 years on, yes, you heard that correctly. There are few Nintendo games that we'd rather cozy up with after a
I hope you have a nice
day
after stream
free of
care.
life.
You disagree? Wait, what? Wait, I said the same thing. Oh wait, you disagree with Minecraft. The Minecraft is a great game. You don't like Minecraft. I get it. Wind Waker. Hard Gold and Soul Silver. Okay, if they put Gold and Silver original game, I get it. Hard Gold and Soul Silver are kind of like its own thing now compared to Gen 2.
Milkies, thanks for the raid.
I don't know how I feel. Maybe I should roll like both Generation 2 Pokemon. Mario Galaxy 2. Is 2 better than 1 in Mario Galaxy?
I missed my chance to play Heart Gold Soul Silver due
While
to
the
my
2024
interests
remaster
being
polished
elsewhere
up
at the
Metroid
time.
Prime's visual
That's
lessons
fair.
is a testimony to developer Retro's original design that little else had
That's
to be
Phil Doc.
changed to make a 2002 game feel as if it was designed today. The then controversial decision to flip a genre-defining third-person 2D series into what on the surface looked like a first-person shooter quickly proved to be the right choice. More than any Metroid game
For
before,
Game Boy
Metroid
Advance and
Prime made us
3DS.
feel like we were
That's
locked
a good
in
consoles.
behind
The Game Boy
Samus's
Advance is
visor,
so good.
isolated and cut off, focused solely on survival and
It's
finding
cinema.
a way out. As Samus players had to face an ever-escalating alien threat head-on while Indiana Jonesing through temple ruins and using some of the coolest special power-ups, like the Morph Ball, to get the next door open. It was and is vintage Metroid, and at the same time, something truly new and special.
There it is. There it is. Mario 3. Masterpiece. Super Mario. I'm like video game donkey. This is my Super Mario Bros. True. I keep mentioning I keep mentioning that. Oh, I get it though. Smash Bros. Melee was so low on the list, and Ultimate got on top of it. Ooh, Smash Bros. Friend in shambles. I feel like, okay, I'm not gonna get crucified here. But I get it. Ultimate is so good though. I like it. The salt, yeah, there's a lot of salt. You can taste the sodium. They had to put the cutscene with.
Before we get to the top 10,
With
do you
Ridley.
ever wonder how a list like this
Settle
comes
it in
together?
Smash.
Then you should check out the companion episodes of Nintendo Voice Chat, IGN's weekly Nintendo podcast.
Oh my
where we
God, I
break
used to
down
listen
the
to this when I
creation
was
of
at
the
work.
list, our personal favorites, and a lot more. NVC posts every Friday on the IGN Games YouTube channel and on your favorite podcast app. Links are in the description. We hope to see you there. But until then, here's the top 10.
Top 10 Nintendo games.
When Mario Kart 8 launched on the floundering Wii U in 2014,
You know what? I'm gonna give them the credit. They put Mario Kart 8 on top of Mario Kart World. You know what? Kudos. Honestly, good
no
choice.
one would have guessed it would go on to become the 5th best-selling video game of all time,
Mario
thanks
Kart
to its
8
deluxe
is to me
re-release
better
on
than Mario
Nintendo
Kart World.
Switch. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is far more than a drag and drop port. However, as the additions it stacks on top of an already amazing gameplay foundation result in the best kart racer ever made and one of the finest Nintendo games of all time. There are a whopping 96 tracks to choose from, including some of the best the series has ever seen, like the 3-part descent down Mount Wario that feels ripped straight out of an action movie. It's got a huge roster of characters, along with guest appearances from other Nintendo franchises such as Zelda, Splatoon, and Animal Crossing, not to mention the stunning renditions of Mute City and Big Blue that make us long for a new F-Zero in HD. Speaking of graphics, Mario Kart 8 remains one of the best-looking Nintendo games ever, with great art direction and minute attention to detail that makes every moment shine.
It's gorgeous.
Like Mario's mustache fluttering in the wind or the iconic Luigi death stare. If you're having friends or family over, your best bet is still to break out Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You're practically guaranteed to have a great time, until someone hits you with a blue shell and passes you at the finish line at least.
Ooh, they add. Whoa! I am honestly shocked!
Seemed like an anachronism when it debuted.
I thought they were going to put it out of the list.
And players playing it for the first time today may be surprised by how sophisticated and modern it still feels more than 30 years later.
God, I want to play this game again and again and again. I love this game. I'm such an old hag.
Created a compelling quest that effectively creates the illusion of an open world.
I absolutely love this game.
Let's begin.
Oh my goodness.
Puzzles and unlocking new areas. But the moment players discover the magic mirror, the brilliant design fully reveals itself. The world map exists twice.
Even the sounds is, oh my goodness, I get teary just listening to the music of this game. This game means so much to me. I literally, like, whenever I listen to the music, it makes my heart tingly. Like I have goosebumps on my knees right now. But speaking of goosebumps up the knees, oh my goodness, thank you for the raid, Barista in the house. Thank you so much for making it a city. Your last up of the night.
Created the template for gaming history's best action
How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Same time. We are 90s, baby. We are 90s babies for sure. Oh, they put Super Metroid here above every other.
Following an explosive introduction to Ridley, Super Metroid first takes you on a reunion tour of the original Metroid's greatest hits, where you get to see what's changed on the planet Zebes.
Thank you for asking.
Once Samus Aran descends to Brinstar and the perfect atmosphere
Everyone, check out Barista.
You know you're
I made them a really cool model as well, and they've been so kind to highlight it on their post. Thank you so much.
Taking players on a practically flawless
I love Super
journey
Metroid.
whose groundbreaking player design continues to inspire Metroidvania developers more than 30 years later. It's even in the name.
Okay, I'm about to talk about like the same topic as before with Donkey Kong Country 2 and Donkey Kong Country and the new Donkey Kong game. If someone were to tell me right now in the chat saying I prefer Metroid Fusion over Super Metroid, it has more stuff. I like the music. I like everything. I feel like the graphics are better. I feel like the tension of like the monster following you is more immersive and more of what made Metroid a horror game in the modern times. At the time, it's like, yeah, that's valid. And honestly, Metroid Fusion is absolutely beautiful. I don't think there's a better. I mean, you know, like both games are so uniquely peak that they're great. But we're comparing an old game from Donkey Kong Country 2 to a modern game of the Switch 2. But I wanted to bring the argument because think about it. Like, there's people out there who are not gonna like something like Super Metroid because it just looks while the pixel art is great, it still has just a little bit of that classic, like, lacking of like the Game Boy Advance, like really like made pixel games on that modern time feel so modern, and it did such a good job of making it so colorful and so vibrant, and things were just alive. Like even the armor of like Sam was just like all the time, like just it felt like it was like pixels but alive. It was great. It was all oh my god, this Fusion is better. Yeah, you think so? See what I mean? It's perfectly valid. I feel like they're so uniquely well. And they're so different. They're so different. I just wanted to bring that up just so people think about it. And now, if you're telling me, do you prefer Super Metroid or Dread? I can also understand if you prefer Dread because it did a perfect job. Like, I feel like Dread is an excellent game as well.
Its mood is magnificently eerie, its sprites and colors still
They're both
astonish to this
A-ranked
day.
games.
Its
A-ranked
unexpected
games is
secrets
what we're
are
talking about.
supremely satisfying to uncover. It's a masterpiece in every sense of the word.
There's no, to me personally,
party
Well,
of
the credits rolled
23.
after
Let's
to me
give Emma a
personally,
warm
there's
welcome.
no goddamn flaw in neither the game. I feel like Super Metroid is a flawless game, and Fusion is a flawless game. Dread is a flawless game. The same way that Donkey Kong Country 2 is probably a flawless game, it's a masterpiece at the time. And Donkey Kong Bonanza, while maybe perhaps on the sea of like oversaturated games may not land as a masterpiece for the many gamers, it's still objectively like a really solid game. We gotta analyze that a little better. I don't know. I need to play Donkey Kong Bonanza so I can give it a proper criticism. Maybe I could be wrong. I'm just telling you what I've seen plenty to give my own statement like that. Because I like this argument. Anyways, oh my goodness, thank you so much for the raid. Aurelia Solis, I hope I said that name right again. I appreciate you so freaking much. Thank you for making the Net City your last up of the night. Hope you had a fantastic time. We're watching a YouTube video about IGN's top 100 games. So you're welcome to stay on board if you want to analyze the last top 10 games as we finish and wrap up this YouTube video, and then we make an argument about it. Have you played any Nintendo games in the past? It says here we're doing some Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Oh my goodness, I want to continue playing that game. What a coincidence. I saying is the caption, the captain of debate club. Look, I love it. I love bringing a fair argument. I love being devil's
Aurelia
advocate.
Solis, thanks for the raid.
And Hexy, you said that already. The captain of the debate club. How even if I'm in the opposing side of the lucid argument, I want to see what's the take. I want to understand society in general. When I go cuddle Abby, but gonna get the guys. Make sure to do some proper after team carry. Take care of yourself. Appreciate it. I'm the captain of rage. No, I'm not raging. Not yet. Let's see what the top 10 is. I'm gonna continue.
The empowering emotional finale against Mother Brain and the adrenaline-fueled escape from Zebus. Our collective understanding of the action-adventure
I
genre
love this
looked
game
a
so
lot
much.
like Meridia's glass tunnel, completely
Let's see.
shattered.
What are we getting? What are we getting? I'm honestly shocked they put this game on top. Chrono Trigger, solid take. I'm surprised it's not top 5. It's 7. The Soul
30
Society.
years after its debut on the Super Nintendo, and Chrono Trigger still remains
Iconic.
not just one of the best Nintendo games of all time, but one of the best games ever made, period. As someone who played it in Nintendo DS remake form as an adult for the first time, I was astounded at how well Chrono Trigger holds up to this day. It's immediately charming in its detailed sprite work and lovely, varied environments.
Yeah, the DS
And its
remake is pretty
soundtrack
good.
Arguably one of, if not the, finest work of Yasunori Mitsuda.
I heard it's the most optimal design. Some people say it's the most optimal design, like the DS remake.
The story itself was familiar at first, with a typical young boy hero caught up in a magic adventure
No links
beyond his
at the moment.
understanding.
We're watching a
But the
YouTube video.
plot
We're
quickly
reacting to
twists
this.
and turns, jumping between several time
Oh my goodness.
periods, introducing surprising cast members like a frogman, a robot, and one of the villains.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the raid. Bandman on the house. Somebody bring me a cup. I'm gonna get some of that delicious. Hi Raiders, how's it going? My name is Saint. I'm a cyber VTuber who does VTuber reaction videos, react to VTuber interviews, and I think I mixed up the words. But how's it going? We are doing we're doing a reaction video to IGN's top 100. You came from the Bandman streams. You know about debates. That's all that Bandman is a master debater. So yeah, we know so much about debates. We're doing a debate if IGN is doing the right choice by putting Chrono Trigger and other games in the top 100 and doing the cup of water. The cup of water. Stay hydrated, sweetheart. Mwah. There you go. Thank you so much for the raid as well. Real. All right, let's continue watching IGN and see what they're cooking in here.
And skillfully conducts one of the most surprising twists in gaming that the player can choose to resolve or not, depending on how they want to play Chrono Trigger. The ATB battle system and the mixture of scripted and environmental encounters.
Yeah,
feels
DS is a very
natural and
optimal
fresh
version. I love it.
without becoming obnoxious or grindy.
I did give it a try, and this game it runs well. It runs better than the PlayStation 1 version.
Lovable characters making
Those
up your
loading in the
party if you
PS1 were
want
very
them,
slow,
and a few legendary items to find, and a long list of alternative endings.
but it was pretty good
And
though.
yet, there's nothing about Chrono Trigger that overstays its welcome or feels like filler. Every era, every beat, every path is exact in its placement and timing, concluding at last in one of the most epic RPG final boss fights in history. RPGs themselves will continue to grow and evolve
God, I love this game.
era after era, but it's difficult to imagine.
Yo,
what
they're
could
putting a lot of
dethrone
Super
the
Nintendo
perfect
games in the
harmony
top.
formed by all the excellent components of Chrono Trigger working together.
Cool, cool. Ocarina of Time, number 6? I'm honestly shocked.
The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time reinvented the
Oh,
comedy.
I know what this means. I know what this means. They're gonna put Breath of the Wild on number 1.
Of action, puzzle solving, and exploration gameplay already perfected in A Link to the Past for a new generation.
Hot take.
While its predecessors 2D
Hot take. Multi-ending games are only good when they're short. Ooh, that is a. Honestly, no, that's kind of a valid kind of take. I say it's like midway, and I don't think it's too hot, but I honestly get it. And to your credit, I feel like Chrono Trigger can be a short game. You can, if you do New Game Plus, you can actually beat Chrono Trigger in like an hour, and that's pretty short. I feel like, in my personal opinion, like back then, it's pretty short.
style has aged just a tad better than Ocarina of Time's polygonal world. It remains one of
You can
gaming's
explore
most
multiple
notable
routes.
achievements. Ocarina of Time takes the series' trademark puzzle dungeons and gives them new depth, literally by transforming them into 3D playgrounds. Rather than just replicating Mario 64's innovations, it de-emphasizes platform jumping and instead invents a lock-on combat system that has been featured in nearly every
Also, thank
action
you for the
game
follow.
since.
Appreciate it.
Add to that horseback riding, a rich atmosphere underscored by unforgettable music and sound, and genre-defining puzzle design, and it is easy to see why many Nintendo fans consider it the crowning action-adventure achievement.
So there's some Nintendo games. Top 100 Nintendo games.
Close
Tetris
your
on
eyes
number
when you're trying to
5.
sleep, and all you see are the same 7 shapes seemingly imprinted on the underside of your
I get the
eyelids.
historical value
You
of this
aren't
game.
alone. Scientists say that every person in possession of a Game Boy in 1989 suffered from this very condition. What is there to say about Tetris that hasn't been said already? A simple yet masterful puzzle game centered around slotting a series of falling shapes into groups of lines while battling the ever-increasing speed of the tetrinamos and your fingers' reflexes. Although first created by Alexei Pajitnov 4 years prior, it was its arrival on the Game Boy that truly made it reach a global audience and become a sensation rarely seen, if ever.
See, that's
equaled.
also kind of confusing because they're
Despite
putting a lot of
being 4
third-party
decades
games
old,
in
there's
here.
still nothing quite like it. That simplicity
That's
and
how I felt
ability
about
for
Resident
anyone
Evil.
to pick up and play, helped by numerous versions and reinventions over the years, have made Tetris stand the test of time and remain to this day among the purest fun.
Not a
you can
single
have with
Persona
a
got
video
into
game.
this list. Oh my gosh. Mario Odyssey? Ooh. Remember the debate about Mario Odyssey earlier?
Deciding on the greatest 3D Mario game will always
We're
be a
seeing
matter
it
of
here.
personal taste. Some hold the nostalgic convention of Mario 64 close
Not
to
a
their
single,
hearts, while others yearn for the
Shin Megami Tensei or Persona game got in here.
Spades by the Galaxy games.
That's
Our
kinda-
pick
it's kinda
is
spicy.
Super Mario Odyssey, the Switch's only original
Yeah,
3D
oh yeah,
Mario,
Mario
but
Odyssey is
one
good. High
so
take.
complete it warrants a generation of its own to savor. Granting everyone's favorite parkour plumber a new hat companion, Cappy, that expands his pool of abilities massively, he's an absolute delight to control as he dashes, double jumps, and hops into the brains of all manner of outlandish creatures, from T-Rexes to chain chomps.
I love Mario Odyssey. I played it.
Across
I finished
multiple
it twice.
expansive worlds full of
One time
secrets
100% and it was so
collectibles
good.
and soundtracked by outrageously enjoyable funk-infested music, it's a true evolution of a time-old formula. Whether dodging taxicabs in the vibrant metropolis of New Donk City with its odes to platformer hours past or bouncing around the sherbet sweet pastels and gelatinous joys of the Luncheon Kingdom, it's a complete wonder from start to finish. Mario has never looked, sounded, or played this good, at least when it comes to 3 dimensions.
People who say like Mario Sunshine is like more fun than Odyssey. What are you on about? Oh,
It's incredible
they
to
put
think that
Mario. They put Mario World on top of Mario 3. I honestly get it. I honestly get it. Unfortunately, I honestly sometimes I can't decide which one I like best, but I feel like Mario 3 has a more special place in my heart because I'm just I grew up with it, and Mario World has a, it has its appeal. I just felt like it was a bit more, I don't know, something about the game. It's really good. It's a solid 10 out of 10 game, but I just prefer Mario 3. Just more
Super Mario
snappy, more
World
quick.
launched alongside
Less
the
annoying.
SNES. Because not just is it one of that console's shining lights, it's also just one of the best video games of all time. Following the sublime Super Mario Bros. 3 was never going to be an
Your favorite
easy
Mario
task,
game?
and
That's
the fact
valid.
that the sequel would be on an entirely new system could only have made things even more challenging for director Takashi Tezuka and producer Shigeru Miyamoto. However, the team at Nintendo EAD produced
I kind of feel like playing it right now. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel like playing it on stream. I don't think I ever finished this game on stream before.
Confidently builds on what came before it, yet manages to break fresh ground and set a new standard.
Maybe I'll
in
play
the
a
genre.
mod with my
Super
VTuber
Mario
on it.
World
That would be really
arguably
cool.
established a series tradition
I
that
would
still
love
holds
that.
true today. It introduces gameplay mechanics and features which are only seen fleetingly before the game moves on to the next fresh idea. There's rideable Yoshis.
I'm honestly
Switch
surprised they
palaces,
have not
ghost
remade this
houses,
game.
Multiple
No one
exits,
Nintendo that would
underwater
remake the
sections,
fuck out of this
the
game.
Star Road. The list goes on. This is all bound together in an explorable node-based overworld which rewards repeat play and encourages you to find all 96 stage exits. A task which, even 35 years later,
Super Saiyan
is a
Cisco
badge
World.
of
I
honor
would
for
love that.
any self-respecting Nintendo fan.
The graphic age well. Yeah, but Nintendo trying to capitalize on the like remakes and stuff. Yep, there it is. I told you. Wait, who's number 1 though? Who's number 1? Is it Mario 64? I'm having streamer brain moment. Did they mention
Debate over the
64?
best open world Zelda game will rage in the years to come. But for some of us, the first bite
I
is
have friends
always the
that
sweetest.
are
Breath of the
content
Wild-
creators who say that Breath of the Wild doesn't feel like Zelda, and I agree. I feel like Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past are like, that's like classic like Zelda formula right there. Wind Waker, every other game they mention it like I kind of missed that. I don't want the next Zelda game to be this open world stuff. I like Breath of the Wild so fucking much. It's so good, but it's not. I miss OG. I feel like when I play the remake of A Link to the Past, heck, even when I play the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, that one game with Zelda as a playable character, I liked it. It felt more Zelda. You had like the little gimmick of the dungeons. Everything just felt like more. It was more whimsy, more colorful. I get it. There's an appeal for both. And also, thank you for the follow, Quinn CJ. It also fixed a lot of issues on the OG formula, but the Wild did differ than Zelda formula. And issues of the I'm gonna read that out loud. Issues of the OG formula. Is it an issue if they drastically change the mechanics so much? It's a different product at this point. It's a different product. I feel like I can't compare the both because those issues perhaps are just like, what is? Can you mention one example? Like, I'm not debating in a negative way. I'm debating. It's something that I would like to learn. Like, what is the issue specifically? What could be? Because I feel like there's a narrative for the narrative in both are so unique because the roleplay element of Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, for example, it's that you're given a story and you can go at it about any way you want, but of course you have a semi-linear path where you can like explore in any way or dimension. And this game is way more open, the whole open world idea that you can actually go straight to the end and then defend yourself in any way or shape you want. It's like zero, it's almost like a sandbox. Nintendo has been doing this a lot lately. there where they try to give us much accessibility, maybe too much accessibility to the player, to the point that it's like it becomes a different product. Like Animal Crossing New Horizons is an excellent game, but I like New Leaf's more straightforward. Like I'm in a town socializing with characters, and then that's New Leaf. That's Animal Crossing New Leaf experience. When I'm playing New Horizons, I feel like I'm playing with robots that I am manipulating to see how they're gonna react. And you know, it's a sandbox. Breath of the Wild does have a story, and you can explore those bits of stories, but the accessibility is so much that it almost has a sandbox element to it. Also, the OG had terrible combat despite it selling its title to the Epic Adventure. I guess. Is it terrible though? Which OG? Which OG? Are you talking about Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, or you're talking about, for example, if you tell me that Ocarina of Time had terrible combat, I thought that combat was ideal at the time, ideal. But I totally get it if the classic element of like the hack and slash was a little bit more limited, while Breath of the Wild has more accessibility to it. And in the case of like Wind Waker had excellent combat. It's terrible or age. Yeah, there's debates, there's preferential treatment. I feel like there's a place for both. In this game, Breath of the Wild feels a little bit less Zelda-like to me. It's a unique take on Zelda. That's just my take. Is it bad? Is it no? I think it's unique, but I kind of just wish more like the other one kind of existed as well. I feel if they make a third Breath of the Wild, because they had Tears of the Kingdom, and it was like a sequel. It is a sequel that's using a lot of the same elements, but in a remix kind of way. What about a future game that they're gonna make another Breath of the Wild? I feel like it's gonna be probably exhausting. I kind of would like them to go back. Maybe a mix in between. Maybe a mix in between. Like there's a way they can do it. There's preloads, there's assets they can put to make the game, make them both kind of a unique experience. Massive Twilight Princess Wind Waker had great combat. Wild series just had the flailing and a bunch of weapons and that breaking 5 hits. Nah, there's a bit of space in both. You want Midnight Twilight Princess too. Also, High Chaos I did one. Okay, let's continue. I want to listen to what IGN says, and we still haven't got to number 1.
Nearly 2 decades.
And then we have to review the comment section of this video because it's like 50-50 like dislike.
Zelda was still a treat, but it was essentially the same dish with different seasoning. A novel time loop narrative, gorgeous cell shading, styling, some sword waggle, and tiredness had crept in with the timeline. Could the wonder be restored? Could the series evolve without losing the elements that made it Zelda? Nintendo answered those questions emphatically in 2017, and it was hard to imagine going back to the old template. Zelda, but open world, covers it only in the grossest, most reductive sense, ignoring the impeccable polish needed to avoid boggling down the adventure with dreary waypoint checklists or creating a playground of pure jank. The underlying physics system and the emergent interactions it affords
I like Imp Midna more than
with Hyrule's meticulously
Humanoid
designed
Idna.
geography.
Just
A dozen
saying.
distractions draw your eye from any point on the map. A peculiar rock outcrop, a grassy knoll, a mountain peak that pierces the rays of the setting sun. And each one offers an irresistible micro-adventure should you make the detour. It was a perfect showcase for Switch, proving that a little tablet could handle games of the grandest
ADHD the game.
scale.
When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end.
Hyrule went everywhere with you,
Imp
and your
Midna, joy is rise up.
instincts and ponderances blossomed beyond the screen, creeping into your daily life. That tree on the hill, a prime Korok hiding spot, but how to glide over there?
I love exploring
Breath of the
nothingness.
Wild or Tears of the Kingdom then? That is the question. They're both essential, of course, offering variations of the
like
same
I'm playing Genshin Impact.
delicious dish. 3/4 of Team Nintendo Live preferred the wild over the kingdom, myself included.
I'm rage baiting.
An overall extraordinary game.
Don't listen to me. I did enjoy Breath of the Wild. What? Number 1 is just another. put
Breath of the
something
Wild
else
may
in
be the
here.
more important
What the
game,
fuck?
but we firmly believe The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom
It was
is
so
the better
good.
one,
Let's
and
put
that
it
Link's epic
again.
adventure across the skies,
IGN.
lands, and depths of Hyrule is the greatest Nintendo game of all time.
Fucking. There are so many games.
This wildly ambitious sequel
Man,
introduced an
I
unbelievable
was trying
amount
to defend
of inventive,
IGN.
well-executed ideas that built on
Until
Breath of the
the
Wild's
very end.
groundbreaking formula, while also improving upon some of its predecessors' shortcomings, once again raising the bar for Nintendo's legendary franchise.
Bro,
Link's new
okay.
set of abilities is so creatively and technically impressive that it made developers across
It's the
the world
same
both
game,
jealous of and
but it's
inspired
wearing a new
by
hat.
what Nintendo managed to pull off. Whether it's ascending through nearly any ceiling in Hyrule, or using Ultra Hand to build the Zonai machine of your dreams, or simply a bridge made up of 20 logs.
This is the most
Tears of the
IGN
Kingdom's
take
buffet
ever.
of complex, polished mechanics encourage player
They don't play
experimentation
games.
and ignite the most personal, improvisational, and magical open-world masterpiece we've ever
Number one,
experienced.
Minecraft. they put
Breath of
Minecraft
the
in
Wild's
number one.
unmatched organic discovery returned and was only enhanced by Tears of the Kingdom's
put a
wider
DLC.
enemy variety and more fleshed out Hyrule, including its
the
terrifying
comments.
inverted basement known as the Depths.
They
The quest
put
reached
the
its zenith with a
DLC on
climactic
number
finale
one.
that's a worthy send-off to the grand journey Link has just taken.
They should have just put them
But
both
in
in the same
the journey of
category.
Tears of the Kingdom is shaped by our imaginations, where every success is a triumph, every failure is a story worth telling, and every solution feels uniquely yours. You could argue the significance of other Nintendo games over Tears of the Kingdom, but no game better showcases the most important elements of Nintendo's core design philosophy that's allowed them to push this medium forward over more than 40 years of game development. Innovation, creativity, a focus on fun for everyone, and a fearlessness to try weird things. Right now, Tears of the Kingdom is Nintendo's crowning achievement, but there's no doubt in our minds that something will eventually dethrone it. That's just what they do.
Link, you are our final hope.
I understand this thing that he said, like, you know,
I pray.
innovation with like creativity that would let the people give them the tools to do everything.
And there we have it, our definitive list of the top 100 Nintendo games of all time, thanks to the staff at IGN and Nintendo Life. Do we miss your favorites? Did we hideously misplace a classic? Let us know in the comments. And
Yes.
for everything
Oh,
Nintendo.
Donkey Kong Country 2. You hideously misplaced Donkey Kong Country 2. But hey, I was trying to be devil's advocate. There was a few slopes around the corner in there. I get the ratio. Oh, let me see. I'm going quickly here. The games are there. Ranking is all over the place. Aren't y'all tired of doing this every year just to rage bait for engagement? I don't want Crossing New Horizons and over Super Mario 64. The fact that they put Horizons over New Leaf is wild to me. Forget about 64. I'm talking about the measurement in some preferences. Heck, they didn't even put Fusion. They put Metroid Zero Mission and they didn't put Metroid Fusion.
Is there one for PlayStation?
Yes, there's one for PlayStation. Top 100 PlayStation game of all time. That one's gonna be kind of messy, but I wonder if they're gonna focus on like mainly like first party or third party, because PlayStation has a lot of third party that is amazing. Mario World holds an emotional place for me. Nah, nothing good in here. Ocarina of Time at number 6. They put like several Zelda games in the top 10. That's very IGN. They just eat, breathe, and sleep. They have not played anything else. Take care, Danny. What? No, it's true. Now I understand the chat. They do not play games at all. Huh. Sorry for the one Spectral fam in the chat. There was no Spectrals mentioned. Where's my Scrimbo Bimblo game, the original Skrunkle from my childhood? Where's Soul? Why did they put no, I'm kidding. It's around my I get it. I don't know. I see. I don't know where to go with this. You know what? I'm just gonna join the crew. Boop. Message received.